بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back to my channel QHE Tajweed Rules of the Quran channel in English. We still under the chapter of the articulation points of the letter makharij al-huruf al-Arabiyya, and we said the articulation point of the tongue, al-lessan. We are in the tongue right now. We said we have 5 major articulation points, which is al-jawf, the empty space in the mouth and the throat. Second major point, it was al-halq, the throat. And third one, it was al-lessan, the tongue. And we are in the tongue right now. We finished the other 2 parts, the other 2 major areas in the last classes. We still in the tongue. We said in the tongue we have the root of the tongue and we have farthest part of the tongue. This was our class last time. Today inshallah we will take the middle of the tongue, and we said there is top of the tongue, there is tip of the tongue, end of the edge, and this is total the edge. End of the edge and the farthest part of the edge and the part in between. So our lesson for today, it will be the middle of the tongue, وسط اللسان. The middle part of the tongue, we have how many letters come from it? We have 1 articulation point for 3 letters. We have 1 articulation point for 3 letters. What these 3 letters is? We have letter Jim, we have letter Ya, and we have letter Shin. Some people put it in one word, which is Jaish, and they said letters is come from the middle of the tongue is Jaish letter. What's Jaish mean? It's mean army. Okay. Then we have 3 letters. It's come from 1 articulation point from the middle of the tongue. Again, each letter in the rail, it has his own exact point. But because it's very, very, very close to each other, we count it as 1 articulation point. Okay? So you'll find some schools tell you there is 3 articulation point for this letter. It's not 1 articulation point. No problem. We put all the closest articulation point in one articulation point. So Jim and Ya and Shin, it's 1 articulation point for 3 letters from the middle of the tongue. It comes from the middle part of the tongue with the upper palate. شاهد الجزرية for that. والوسط فجيم الشين يا. أسفل, it was for the letter kaf, and the rest of this line is for letter ضاد. So والوسط فجيم الشين يا. From the middle, Jim and Shin and Ya. أج جاء جي الرجيم شا شي الشيطان أي يا يو يي يذكر. This is a picture to show you the letter of Jim and Shin and Ya and compare between all of them. First one here is for the letter Jim. If you look here, the articulation point, the tongue is completely closed with the palate. It's completely closed with the palate. And this is the difference between jim and sheen. If you don't close this area completely, it will turn to be a letter sheen. Okay? Aj, ash, aj, ash. So letter jim here, I have to close this area completely. The tongue should to hit the palate. You should to feel it's hit the palate. Here it's opened, it's not hit the palate. There is a space between the tongue and the palate. Letter ya, and this is الياء الغير المادية, means the ya, it's not a مادية, because we said مادية, it's come from al-jawf, from the empty space from mouth and the throat. But الياء الغير مادية, the tongue is become up from the middle here, and it's still open between the palate and the tongue. أي, أي. Okay, you can try all of them. By this, our lesson for today is completely done. جزاكم الله خيرا. To watch my channel QHE Tajweed Rules of the Quran channel in English. Please, if you don't subscribe yet, subscribe. If you are not share the videos yet, share it, and don't forget to like. And see you inshallah next time with a new articulation point. الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.